Samantha Below, Communications Manager for the Native American Agriculture Fund. And I'm here today with our Director of Programs, Chanel Ford.
Hi, everybody. My name is Chanel Ford. I am the Director of Programs for Native American Agriculture Fund. I am an enrolled member of the Spokane Tribe, grew up on the Spokane Indian Reservation, and I am here to share with you all things RFA.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Chanel. One of the reasons we wanted to go live today was to remind you that NAF's 2026 request for applications is currently open. We wanted to encourage eligible entities to apply. So we're going to hone in on 3 key questions to help you feel ready to apply for our 2026 funding. Okay, Chanel, let's start simple. Who can apply?
Right. Thank you, Sam. So we have a broad range of eligible applicants. If you are a 501c3 nonprofit organization, you can also, if you're a nonprofit organization, work with a fiscal sponsor. We allow educational organizations, we allow CDFIs, native CDFIs, and tribal governments and instrumentalities to apply for our funding. You do not need to be a tribal organization, tribally owned organization to apply for our funds. You just have to serve majority Native population if you aren't a Native owned or Native led organization when applying for our funds. So again, that is nonprofit organizations, educational institutions, CDFIs, which is a community development financial institution, and tribal governments and instrumentalities.
Awesome. So essentially, if you're doing work in native agriculture, there's a good chance that you fit. All right. What dates should folks not miss?
Okay, so we're actually coming up on some very important deadlines here. First off, application deadline is May 1st. The application will close May 1st at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. Keep that date in mind. Your deadline to submit any questions in regard to the RFA is April 23rd at 5 p.m. Central Time. So in the past, if you're a returning applicant, if you've applied in the past, we've allowed questions to come in up until the end of the application due date, but we're changing it this year, and April 23rd is that deadline.
Those
I
deadlines?
also,
Yeah,
sorry,
they can.
sorry. I
Oh, I was
also
just
just
gonna
wanted
say,
Yeah, I also wanted to add in questions since I shared with y'all the questions. If you have those questions, please submit them to grants at nativeamericanagriculturefund.org. We encourage you to get those questions in early. We answer them as quickly as possible. We try to stay on top of that for y'all. So try not to wait until the day of the deadline to get those in.
yeah, those deadlines sneak up. So May 1st, 11:59 p.m. Central Time is the application deadline. And then the deadline to submit questions is April 23rd at 5 p.m. Central Time. So definitely plan ahead. Okay, our third and final question, and this is my favorite and one we get often when talking about our funding. What kinds of projects have we funded?
All right, thank you. We also, just to flag this, and Sam, you started this off with sharing this, but we do have more information in regard to the projects we funded on our website. We strongly encourage you go take a look, and if anything seems to pop out at you or is appealing, there's summaries in regard to what we funded. But we funded a variety of projects across Indian country. We've had youth focused projects like building garden based businesses, workforce development like mobile horseshoeing, training units, and infrastructure improvements like fencing and range upgrades. We purchased one organization was able to purchase a boat to enhance their harvesting opportunities for their tribal communities. We've had large scale innovation like tribally operated net zero greenhouses. These projects can be large or small. We're really looking for impact. So we encourage y'all to really showcase how this project is going to increase agriculture opportunities and economic development within your regions. The most important thing is that your application, your project supports native agriculture. There's really no one size fits all approach. But we encourage you to also think about Native American Agriculture Fund's history, our mission, why we're here, the original claimants that fought so hard for us to even be able to be the stand-up organization we are today. So keeping that in mind when you're submitting your application is, I think, really helpful.
Awesome. Yes, thank you for clarifying that. But in summation, possibilities for funding projects, what your project is, just definitely make your case. The possibilities are endless. And with that, thank you, Chanel, We hope this makes the process feel a little bit more approachable. If you have any questions or want to know more about our organization or who we have funded, head on over to nativeamericanagriculturefund.org. Get your questions in early, take your time with your application, and we're excited to see what you're working on. Thanks for being with me today, Chanel.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Have a good day.